Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Lewis Porter Jr. and I really appreciate you stopping by today about my little video. So today we're going to talk about, should artists focus on getting jobs at the big companies, or should they focus on being independent and building their own brand? So I'm of two minds of this. Let me give you my point of view. I think that every artist should develop their own individual, independent product, system, books, whatever you want to call it. And also, they should try to work for the big guys. The reason for doing independent, because let's be honest, you'll make more money. In the long run, you'll make more money, you'll build a bigger fan base, you'll get more people interested in what you're doing. It has been proven if you can get a big enough fan base, you can leverage that into other mediums. Robert Kirkman being the biggest one of that. I mean, let's just be honest, Robert Kirkman specializes in doing that kind of thing. He did it with The Walking Dead. Now he's doing it with Invincibles. There's another book he did also that was on Starz, I believe. If you do it right, you can do very well. You can do very, very well. And don't get me wrong, Kirkman also worked on mainstream books. He did the Destroyer limited series, which I'm a big fan of. And I think that also had an effect on his later books after Walking Dead. So I think there is definitely something like that to be done. But honestly, you have to be, and this is the tough part, and a lot of people don't like to hear this, but you have to be better than 90% of the other people out there. I mean, let's be honest. Kirkman came up with a book about zombies. It's black and white. That, it kind of goes against lots of things traditional comic people tell you. Oh, you can't do those. Those don't sell. You can't do that. It does not sell. And that's kind of one of those odd situations where all the people telling you, oh, don't do that, it won't do well, is really the opposite of what's going on. As an artist, I understand the desire to work for a big company like Marvel or DC. I mean, your name gets out there, you get seen, people can see your work, you get more and more prestige. It is the ultimate, you are in the apex of predators in the field of comics. Working for Marvel on a regular basis means you get a regular salary. It means you get seen by millions of people. It means that large companies like Disney, and even on the other side, Warner Brothers, see your work, and that can translate to other work for you. And I think it's kind of like you have to do that to be super successful. But I don't think there are many people who've gone independent and stayed 100% independent away from everything that are household names. Now, that being said, there are people who've done independent, who've done very, very well for themselves that you probably maybe not heard that much from or much about. And the time period also is important too. So if you think about independent comics in the 80s, that's when I grew up, and reading things like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I guess that book became big because of timing, because of what was going on in the market, and just random luck. I mean, purely just 100% random luck. It was amazing. So could that happen today? I guess the closest thing I might say to that would be Walking Dead. But still, he'd done some work. At that point, I believe he'd done some work for Marvel. I could be wrong, but I think he'd done some work for Marvel by then. So it's one of those, it's a tough situation. It's a tough situation to be in. And as an artist, your job is to draw the art. And your art goes from being art to a commodity. And that's something a lot of people don't like to discuss. I mean, artists sell their art. The second you sell it, it becomes a commodity. It's not art. It is still art, but it's a commodity that you sold to make money off of. So, to me, the best use of your time would be to make something that focuses on improving your standing, and maybe not Marvel or DC, for example, or Dark Horse, or whatever. If you think about the comic book industry as a whole, you have the big companies, the Marvel and DC, which control 80% of the market, but then you have other smaller independents that do some really interesting things for you as an independent player, like Image. Yeah, Image is a impressively smart idea that has evolved to a very successful business model. And I would consider Image to be the high watermark for independence. I mean, you can do your own book and do very well, but if you get picked up by Image, you are definitely going to get the power of them. You're going to get their influence, you get their marketing strategies, and it may not be that much in comparison to what you're doing now, but still, people know who Image Comics are. So you might be doing, a small little imprint out of your house, maybe doing one book, or if you can get really well, you can do several books, or you do a limited series, or whatever it is. Having Image as your middleman to handle your money and that aspect of your distributors, that can be a huge thing. So it can save you a lot of time, it can save you a lot of stress, but you pay for it. So the question you really got to ask yourself is, what are you really looking to do? Are you looking to become a superstar in mainstream comics and be known for that? Or are you looking to become a superstar in independent comics and do that? Or are you looking just to make money so that you can pay your bills and be healthy? There's a lot of different answers, a lot of different questions, a lot of different ways to look at this. I don't know. I don't know what's right for the artist. I don't know. I know that in the long run, it is always best to build something that supports you directly. And in the short term, it's always good to get your name out there and become popular. The more people know about you, the more opportunities you'll have, and the more opportunities you'll have to make money on your own creative ideas. So if Marvel comes to your house and says, hey, we want to do a book with you, you shouldn't say, no, I don't work for Marvel, you're too big. No, work for Marvel. Work for Marvel. If you're working on their characters, work for Marvel. Make their characters, make them exciting, get the money, and walk away. And then build your own creative stuff on the side that you've been building for years and working on, and you get stronger and stronger and make more money at. Because really, the long-term goal of any person in this industry, whether it be artist, writer, or creative in general, is to basically make money when you sleep. That's how it should be. You should wake up richer than when you went to bed. Your money should be working hard for you while you sleep. And if it's not doing that, then what are you really doing? That's just my thought process. So thank you so much for watching my video, and I will talk to you all later. Hey, thank you for checking out my channel. Do me a favor, check out my other videos, and if you like what you see, subscribe.